I've completed all these so far, so... Let's get to the fire truck, shall we? I'm a little tired because, you know, Christmas, and I'm the one who cooks the Christmas stuff. The achievement is to clean all the windows first and glass objects. Oops. Okay, just had to check. Just checking. Yeah, I got the achievement, so... get down to it now. I had to check to see if I got the achievement or not, and I did, so. That's a pretty easy achievement, really. Just clean glass first. Oh. Come here, you little ladder. Ladder on a ladder. You know, there's a theory that the cat's not really missing. Oh good, conspiracy theories. Though it's pretty more scary when they come true. That the Mercy's using it as a distraction device so no one can notice all the... Okay. No, it's more scary when the conspiracy theories are fine. You gotta have a hobby to do something, keep your mind preoccupied. And then it's actually better to let people have conspiracy theories than to deny them. Because when they come true, all it does is make things worse. And yes, the ones that they say were conspiracy theories that are coming true right now, have just exacerbated the issues. But hey, what are you going to do about it now? People you called crazy for their conspiracies are right. Hey bud, do you know if the mayor's cat's still missing? I'm up at the volcano and I think I see him. Oh, poor kitty. People need their minds occupied. If they don't keep them occupied, they'll find something to keep their minds occupied with, and you don't want them to do that. That might exacerbate things and make it worse. That's a little too forgiving. Would have preferred it to not be that forgiving, if possible. Hey Doc, what? We have a lovely little job for you up at the house when you have no weird stuff. Promise. That's more terrifying. And definitely, it's definitely Ulysses. I can see its funny leg. Why would a cat hang out in 10 feet from a lava flow, though? He's cold? Cats like warm stuff. I guess it's the world's bit long fire. The world's best log fire. One second, my eyes. What the hell? My eyes, stop that. Okay. Everything just went blurry all of a sudden. Just give me a second to adjust. Did they drive this truck through a volcano? What the hell? I get it gets soot and stuff from the ash of burning buildings, and would be one of the more regular customers I would get, but come on. You don't let it get this bad. Fire truck stations have cleaning for this very purpose, to prevent their trucks getting this bad. They wouldn't legally be allowed to drive it in this state. limited amount to use. Like, granted, you won't need it, but every mission it gives you a limited amount, so you can use it then. And after that's used up, it's used up. But it resets itself at the beginning of every job, instead of having to buy new soap. As in, it's a limited resource per job, but well, you would use it wisely on certain things. Granted, they would have to make soap more expensive to purchase to begin with, to unlock it, but that's about it. But I think that's a fair trade-off. But costing $200 to unlock the soaps that then you can use. And be like, you get this much soap for this at the beginning of this mission, so be careful with it. Because you don't need the soap, but there's no point in this, then. Granted, though, a limited amount of soap, some people are like, oh, that's not fair, I just could buy more soap then. And it's like, yeah, but having a limited amount means you'll always have it every mission, and you wouldn't feel so compelled to not use it like I am. I will never use soap in this game because I know that I will have to buy more soap for no reason. But let's face it, the devs aren't going to hear my complaints or give two damn hells about it. Can't blame them though, it's their game, so. And I'm enjoying it as is, just don't expect me to, you know, think it's perfect when there's some flaws to it. Depending on which soaps you want to let the player have to purchase, each soap could be purchased differently, priced, and everything. Like wood soap, basic price $100, and each soap upgrade, even rust removing soap would be the most expensive, being a grand total of what, $500 to unlock? But it'd be worth it, because then you get unlimited rust removing soap every mission, without you needing to shell out more money every time you run out of soap and have the stock run out. Because, you know, when you run out, you ran out. If it was a limited supply, and you would do what I'm doing, except I would have saved my soap for towards the end where I really just want to get it done. When you should be using it technically at the beginning of the job, soaping down the whole thing, and then removing it with water. Because soap is supposed to knock it loose, break it down, prevent it from sticking. So technically, it wouldn't be the first time I've helped balance out a game. I've done it a few times. 3 or 4 games. RuneScape I helped out. Urban Rivals was a card game. I would play the game and send in notes and balancing ideas, and they do appreciate them. If you're consistent, concise, and you have legitimate fixes, and they look at it and go, oh, okay, that would work, and they're like, thanks. Like, yeah, you're welcome. Just trying to help. Most of the time they'll see it and go, nah, this is a good idea, but we're not going to do it. It's like, no, fair enough, at least I got it off my chest, and at least you looked at it. Okay, I'm within whiskers of Ulysses now. But just grab the fucking cat! Is it me? We're up on this outcrop and of the mountain. Restless is rumbling more than ever. Good for it. I've always been a dog man, and now I know why. I'm just an animal guy. Any animal's good enough for me. Cats are just like teenagers, 24/7. They're full of themselves, constantly think of themselves as better than everyone until the world beats them down. And then they learn. But cats, they don't quite learn. They're like, haha, world, I'll show you. It's like, okay. Round 2 begin. Some cats learn, actually, and stop doing what they're doing because they're like, oh, great, fell off a tree. Bet I could climb it again, fall off the tree again. Maybe I shouldn't climb the tree anymore. Yeah, maybe. Some people gotta learn things the hard way, where other people do not. I swear to you, how many times my little brother had to learn the lesson is beyond me. One time it took him 3 tries to learn to stop doing that. 3! You think after the first time he hurt himself he would learn. I'm the kind of guy who learns from others' mistakes, so I don't make the same mistakes myself. We usually live a very peaceful and easy life. Because, well, we're not stupid. You can learn from others' mistakes in life. Surprisingly, it works really well. That's if you're willing to. But people are people, after all. We forget we're stupid animals as well. And some people are just the type of animals that just don't learn. Which always baffled me, how people don't understand that we're animals. It's like, yes, we are an animal. We just think ourselves high and mightier than we really are. Chris, I'm streaming right now. I cannot go into a party chat. Whoa! I hate when that happens. Also, Power Wash Simulator, guys, can you make a difficult mode called the Pro Power Simulator, where you have to get rid of 90% or higher of the dirt on something to even get to ping? That way we aren't, you know, getting premature pings like that are very unsatisfying. Oh, you can call it, you can have normal difficulty, which is what we're doing now, and then pro difficulty, where you have to complete 90% of the dirt in a single object before it even will ping. Just an idea, you know, for some of us who want to, you know, use Power Washer, but we would like a little more oomph to it. Like, we want to do more. You can't do more with it when it's pinging prematurely at 70% or less. Yeah, one of those weirdos who likes to be able to see what I'm cleaning and really scrub it down good to the point it looks clean when it pings. Like that. come on. There you go. And the reason I'm not playing Skyrim right now, which I wish I could, but all my half my mods aren't working now, and I have to wait for the modders to fix it or say they're done, and I have to find a new mod. Doors, handles, and warning lights. Huh? Oh, door handles. Make doors. Are you kidding me? I'm missing a tiny... There you go. Oh, I know what handles. I didn't finish the handles on these doors. Kind of put them off and got sidetracked by the rest of the truck. And warning lights, which are... That on the back. I know it's the middle one right there, it always is. Oh, there it is. Hey, look clean. That was only $300. Oh, an RV. Let's get that. Just wanted to say how grateful Jenny and I are for everyone's done for us. It's really helped out to get on our feet. It sounds silly, but washing the house when no one else would made such a difference. That's nice. I'm doing what you're paying me to do. The thing is, there was a need of someone to clean shit around here, and I took advantage of that and made it into a job. Driving Miss Pebbles live stream flopped. The fans just want ether. Well, then have someone dress up as her and do an impersonation. There's a reason it became a cult classic. They were ahead of their time. Some movies are ahead of their time. Or some other movies are like, yeah, no one's gonna like that movie ever. Star Wars nowadays being... There's a little saying, anything you use any force you use on others to get what you want from them will be met with force back. You preach to someone, they're gonna, with force, they're gonna use force against you to reject that. We've rated the addict for all the, if there's old stuff and put it on the vlog. It's going bananas. Yeah. She still has a fan base after all this time. And what's fascinating me the most is the telemetry. The analytics? Okay. Yeah, I never know what's gonna hit on us on live stream, so I just do whatever. If I enjoy playing the game, I'm gonna play it. Whether the people watching me like it or not is, well, that's just it. You like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I ain't gonna twist your arm. Or call you names or say you're bad people for not liking what I like. That's stupid. I'll just be met with more force and backlash than it would be fucking even worth it. If you want someone to accept you for who you are and do things you want, then you have to just let it happen naturally and not force it, yell at people, or demand they do it, because that ain't gonna work. It will be met with force right back. How do you think I make friends so easily but have a hard time keeping them? Usually they move away or they have stuff to do. Jenny's changed too. Traded in cryptozoology for crypto-accuracy. Man, she needs to make up her mind what she wants to do. Those take a long time to master. As I was saying, I always had an easy time making friends. Even in high school, the kids who tried to bully me usually ended up befriending me for some reason. And they're just like, we like you because they don't know why. They just like me. It's like, probably because I understand they're just being themselves, and they probably don't like it, what they do sometimes. But they feel it's necessary, when really it doesn't. And me just being their friend helped them understand that they may have been pushing too hard. And I don't have to say a fucking thing. I just have to be me. And some people are like, it's easy for you to be yourself. I'm like, anyone could be themselves. The difference is, do you have the confidence to be yourself and ignore the world around you and not use force and see the change happen naturally? Even if people threaten you. I've had someone that I remember in school try to choke me out. But I just stood there and took it. Problem is, my neck is all scar tissue, so I cannot be choked. And eventually they let go, more freaked out about themselves than they are that they try to do that, other than being mad at me. They actually did change for the better too after that. I guess me just standing there looking at them like, really? Why? Why are you doing this at all? You're wasting everyone's time, and you're looking like an idiot. And I didn't have to say a thing, just by the action alone. I'm not saying go do that in real life. Hell no, don't do that in real life, whatever you do. I just knew my body well enough to know that I wouldn't be fazed by it. I mean, for God's sakes, they can't even stick needles in my neck. Because it's all scar tissue. Which has freaked a lot of people out. Well, my body's not like everyone else's. Technically, I'm not even a kind of human if you think about it. My heart runs off... My heart is only 3 chambers, but runs just as good as everyone else's. Makes you wonder if your heart even needs 4 chambers. If it can manage on 3. Hence why doctors find me just goddamn baffling and fascinating. I've never met a doctor in my life who's like, I don't care. I've always met a doctor who's like, oh my god, how the hell are you alive? And I'm like, because I can be. That's all I can tell you. And I'm stubborn. And I refuse to die so easily. Life be weird like that, you know. But you can't force others to give 2 shits about you. Or what you want to be called, because to them you're just an annoying little bug buzzing around the back of their back of their neck making noise. And then you try to use force against them, will do nothing more than to make them reject even more with force. Force cannot be used to gain what you want from others. Or force will be used back at you. If you want people just to accept you as you are, just be yourself. Don't use force. Don't preach. Don't call people evil or whatnot for not accepting you. Just be your damn self, and eventually over time you'll find people who do like you. And ignore the people who don't, because who gives a rat's ass? Everyone dies the same. Everyone will be gone the same. And everyone gets the same ending. Whether we like it or not. So why waste your energy? And do what you like to do, regardless. Hell, I'm on the internet doing what I like to do, just playing video games. And people can call me names, say I do crap job, I really don't care. It's like, yeah, that's your opinion. And everyone's got an opinion just like they got an asshole. Everyone's got one and it's all full of shit. We are not that great a species to begin with, and we think we're fucking high and mighty on the fucking food chain. We may be at top, but we sure the hell ain't smart enough to understand how it actually works. Well, some of us anyways. You don't be strong for others, you be strong for yourself. Because they'll get you through more bullshit in this world than you realize. Allow people to have their free will, which means they're allowed to like and not like what they choose. Or give 2 craps about or care about what you care about. Which is fine by me. Truthfully, I don't care about the climate change nut jobs who believe that the world's going to end because the world's doing naturally what the world does for the last several millennia. It's like, wow, the world's climate is changing. Yeah, and the Earth used to be a ball of fucking magma spinning around and around till it cooled down and developed atmosphere and water and whatever the hell on it. The climate's always been changing. Always. There's nothing you could do about it. So you either evolve to take it and live in the new environment that's developing on our planet, or you die off like the dinosaurs did. There's no ins and no ifs or buts about it. We're not the special species that controls that. There's some laws of nature and whatnot we cannot control and never will. That we sure damn think we can. But just live your life, for God's sakes. It's short enough as it is. Why would you give two fucks? If someone wants to go clean the beaches, hey, all to power to you. Go for it. If I had the vehicle and the money and time, I'd go do that too. Except for I'm disabled, I can't drive, and I have no money. If someone wanted to come take me to the beach where I can help clean, I will help you, but, well, I only could do it for about 30 minutes or so before I'm burnt out. And you'll have to have a medical team on standby. It's more of a hassle than you think. Even if I want to help. But don't pretend you're doing it for the goody-goodies. You're doing it because you think you can get something out of it. Recognition, fame, or a pat on the fucking back. Don't pretend. People want to feel like they matter. People want to feel loved and, you know, accomplished. Like they will not be forgotten for when the time comes. But reality is everyone gets forgotten eventually. Just a matter of time. No matter what you do, eventually it will be eradicated. Time wins all fights. No matter how much you want to regret it. No, it won't matter once you're gone. You won't feel nothing, think nothing, and be nothing. You'll become perfect again, like you were before you were created. To exist is to be imperfect. Therefore, for you to be perfect, you must stop existing. So just do whatever. Have fun. Just don't cause any problems for other people's lives who are trying to do the same thing. I think that's the universal rule we're trying to live by as humans is live your life, but don't hinder other people from doing the same that you want to get out of life. Because that force you're using to try to take something from someone will be met with force equal or greater to. The upshot of all this is we want you to have the RV. Huh? I don't need an RV! Granted, I could put so much power washing shit in there and I can do long distance jobs, but we can't have her sitting idle. She's born for the open road. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. What the hell? Maybe you can take your job to the other counties, or maybe you know someone on the lookout for one. That's what I'm saying. I could use the RV, I guess, for long distance road trips and jobs, but you sure are putting a lot of pressure on me. And an RV is more expensive than people realize, with the dumping of the septic tank constantly, the gas prices. I mean, come on. This thing gets 1 mile to the 50 gallons. No, power washer right there across the white border would be nice. In real life, I would love to have an RV like this. I would live in it. My mom was looking for an RV for me so I can have my own place, but they're just so damn expensive and, well, can't afford it. And that's how life really works. Uncaring, unforgiving, and ungiving a damn. I think that's why humans try to help each other, but our kindness can only go so far before people start abusing that kindness. then wonders what happens to all the kindness. Well, you kind of burnt through it all. I used to hear stories like, oh, Americans are so nice, but we are losing that very rapidly from people who are trying to use it to get what they want, not giving two damns about how it affects others, but who cares, right? Once we lose our kindness, that's it. We might get it back after a few generations, but... well, it's being burnt up to the point it's just whittled down to a very melted candle with barely a wick left in it. Smaller than those single candles you put in pumpkins. There's not much left of it. Almost like the world should show some kindness back eventually to regain some symbol. Oh good, they're not completely ungrateful. But who am I kidding? It's humanity after all. There's a reason we decided that what the 7 deadly sins are. Humanity decided that because those are sides of us we don't like as a species. We don't like greed, like seeing people that are greedy. We don't like sloth because you're not contributing. We don't like pride because you're being a stuck-up asshole when everyone can use your hand right now moving a couch. And if you had a legitimate reason, like, yeah, I gotta go to the hospital and stuff, it's like, okay, fine, see you later. And yeah, humanity is pretty complicated, but also not really. I mean, the meaning of life has no meaning, which gives it meaning within itself, but hey, what do you know? To live and die is the whole point. What you do between those 2 points is up to you, completely optional. Your whole purpose to exist is to be born one day, then die another. Woohoo, meaning of life. How complicated. What you do between those 2 points, have fun with it. Humanity decided on the limitations and restrictions of ourselves in a way to hopefully get it to all be nice to each other, but let's face it, we're not nice to each other. Our instincts kick in way more than we like to admit. Which baffles me why humans even reject that. You can't reject something that's part of you. It's like rejecting your heart and your lungs and your kidneys and livers. It's like, you know you need all that to be alive, right? You can't reject it. Non-negotiable on that whole point. Just like humans being animals. Cannot reject that animal part of you. Yeah, it might be unsavory and not very pleasant sometimes, but accepting it and controlling it is different than just rejecting it and having no control over it. I meditate too much if I can think like this. Oh, this is part of it too. Okay, cool. A wheel. Think of it, if you had to replace multiple of these fucking wheels, you better have a lot of money saved aside for it. And power washing doesn't pay the bill as well as you think it does. Does okay, but not enough for you to live in a fucking RV rolling around all over the place. You'd just be doing jobs to keep the maintenance of the fucking RV all the time. I had a lot of time growing up when I'm stuck in hospitals just to meditate and think on the whole why life, why exist sort of thing. Came up with a lot of weird answers. Like, why not just cuz and fuck it. Turns out I've been right since I was a kid, but still. You don't think you'd learn a whole stuff like secrets of the universe and all that shit before you were the teenager. And going like, why do we exist? Why not to exist? What's the purpose? There is none. What am I supposed to do with my life? Whatever the fuck you want, who cares? Humans are the only species on this planet that put limitations on themselves in an attempt to make it fair for everybody, because the world's not fair. Therefore, whatever you do ain't gonna be fair regardless. So humanity's like, you know, let's try to make it pretty fair, you know, no stealing from each other, no killing each other would be great. Our species ain't that big on this planet at that time. But some people are like, I want. So, that's the way it is. Usually, though, they lose their privileges of, you know, being existence for early. You usually get sent away permanently from the world for not following the rules that everyone agreed upon. Hell, if people need religion to be nice, then go for it. I really don't care. It's a better option than you turning into a complete dick. You know, I'll take what I can get. I may not need it, but if you need it, then go for it. Just don't preach. Well, not to me anyway. Preach to those who wish to hear it. Not to me, because I don't need it. But I ain't gonna stop you from doing it. So have fun with it and don't hurt no one. And we're good. And don't give me that, oh, they do that all the time. You're doing it too. You're not learning from other people's mistakes, and you do it yourself. You're not calling out people who say they speak for you and tell them that they do not. No one can speak for you but yourself. And anytime that others say they speak for you, it makes your words sound lesser. Do not let others speak for you. You'll lose your power because of that. And your urgency. You just become part of a great blob that no one will want to listen to because it's too busy screaming at them. And no one wants to be screamed at. I learned that as a kid, before I was even a teenager. Made it easy to make friends, though. Apparently I'm a good listener. Though technically I'm not even listening to them. I'm just letting them ramble on, because why the hell not? Doesn't affect me in any way, just lets them get it off their chest, and then they hopefully feel better to shut the hell up. And then I continue on with my life. Like nothing happened anyways. Sounds mean, yes. Does it matter? Nope. But I do like watching humanity help each other. That's always a nice thing to watch. But nowadays, people don't give two shits about that, and they just look at the negatives in the world. Too few positives and way too many negatives. And some people actually go out seeking the negatives, or causing them themselves so they can get something out of it. But the more people that ignore that, the less likely you'll see it. Easier than you think. I've been doing it professionally for 30 years. Or at least I could do it professionally. Because it feels like I am. Plus, life gets a lot easier and less stressful when you just stop giving two fucks, but yet you're a nice person regardless. And yeah, some people try to do bad things, but again, you can literally ignore them and fight back if you need to. Try to not, but if you can help it, try not to cause harm, but let's face it, the world's not fair or gentle. Anyone who tells you otherwise is a freaking idiot. The world's unfair, uncaring, and relentless, and, well, volatile. I would prefer if it not to be, but I don't know what the hell I'd be smoking then. I gotta be smoking some bad shit if I think that. Like, we all keep holding our hands and singing Kumbaya. It's like, I don't know what drugs you're on, but can I have some, please? For you to be that mentally stupid, there's gotta be something special in that. Yeah, humanity needs to remember, whatever you think you're allowed, that applies to you, applies to everyone else as well. So really carefully think about the rules you live by, because everyone is allowed to live by those same rules. So don't try to make them one-sided, or you'll feel unfair later on when people decide, hey, I want those too. Be damned to what you think. Any and everything that you try to apply on others will be applied to you. That is a fact of humanity. In the ignorance of their hubris. Also, you live with less stress that way, too. If it's, hey, I'm allowed to do this, so are they. It's a lot less stressful than you believe. It's like they're just doing the same thing I do. Why would I get mad? Fair's fair. I could have swore I got this, but okay. Exhaust, windscreen, windshield wipers, and indicators. Could have swore I got the windshield wipers, but okay. But you also cannot reject nature. And the truth of biology is just absolute, whether you like it or not. Get yourself over here quick as you can. We got an urgent one for you. Thanks. Ah, the helicopter. Yes, yes. Because legally you cannot take it out in that state. It must be washed or you can't use it. Legally. Legally, I shouldn't be walking on these things because I can easily snap them. But here I am, walking on them anyways. Why can't we get tiny scaffolding like that on other maps? Because sometimes we don't need that big honking thing. I'm telling you, Doc, even if I'm going goose on CO2, I can still tell the difference between... I have no idea. Got the achievement, so let's get to cleaning. One thing for sure, letting the chief know my predicament saved my smoky bacon. Oh, you won. You mean just telling the truth saved your ass? Who would have thunk it? Telling people the truth and then making it not sound like a cop-out is a very beneficial. there was another good thing that came out of it. You remember we moved the Florian's old place? Yeah? Well, guess who's a copter pilot now? Okay. I take it it's you. This helicopter takes a different kind of license, though. Anyway, it's rude to text on a date, so I better go. The hell are you texting on a date for, you jackass? Also, I should probably do this now. Like, subscribe, blah blah, YouTube usual bullshit. Let's see, now I need to do is tail rotor, drive shaft, water tank, and engine mount. Oh yeah, this thing. And water tank is this thing. Dirt Finder, I need your assistance at the mansion at the matter of greatest urgency. Well, too bad. My job's done for the day. I've got 2 hours in. I am heading out. I lose 9 minutes of all my streams, so sorry about that. But I think it's at the beginning of the whole thing. Mayor's Mansion, cool. For only 350? Ah. Yeah, that was a bit pricey, but I need those attachments anyways. That's it for today. I need another 3,300 or so to get the last power washer. And then I will have them all. Which I could buy. Oh shit, I could buy that already? Cool. I'll see you next time.